Aaron Coley is one of nearly 7,000 employees at Firestone Liberia, the country's single biggest private employer.
I have that for 13 years now. I'm making $4.32 a day.
As a rubber tapper, Aaron has a daily quota of 600 trees to make that wage. At day's end, he then has to gather his latex into 2 large, very heavy buckets. How much does it weigh?
130 pounds. I hang it on a pickup stick and carry it to the tank.
With 130 to 140 pounds across his shoulder, Aaron walks the latex to a drop-off for shipment to America. Rubber tapping is tedious labor, but the latex they gather brings in tens of millions of dollars each year. Ever since Harvey Firestone began this plantation in 1926, the company has been Liberia's most powerful and at times controversial foreign concession. But recently the government has been breaking new ground with Firestone to ensure that workers in the country share in its success. At 118,000 acres, this is the world's largest rubber plantation. It even has its own capital city, Harbel. Its rubber factories are running again, but it's been a slow, costly climb back up after the civil wars.
I believe it's been 6 years ago.
Charles Stewart, president, recalls how it was after the war ended.
Every building was destroyed. There wasn't a piece of wire left. So we pretty much started with ground zero to put things back together.
Rebels had occupied the plantation in the mid-1990s. Firestone pulled out, not returning until the peace in 2003.
We're in a rehabilitation phase. A very important part of that is replanting. We haven't replanted on a scale like this since the end of World War II.
On a recent tour for journalists, Firestone was eager to show what they've done so far.
We are now heading through the replanting program. We'll be heading towards Dusai, the Firestone Medical Center.
There's the hospital, considered one of the best in the country, one of 17 health facilities free to employees and their dependents. They also show Firestone's school system, where 15,000 employee children get free education.
We did a work class on chemical reaction.
In this country where even the books are scarce, here there's a working chemistry lab. Down the hall, a computer lab was in session.
You see, this is one of the best in Liberia.
Firestone also notes their food subsidies for worker families. Especially for Liberia, one of the world's poorest countries, the benefits do seem impressive.
We have over 15,000 students in our program, in our school system here.
But a closer look shows they're not solely the result of corporate largesse. Back in 2006, Firestone was facing an international storm of bad press, with allegations of terrible conditions. The protests became a series of strikes.
Hey, Mr. Passer, how you doing?
Edwin Cisco is Secretary General of that workers' union.
The conditions under which the employees live and work in the past was so bad, so inhumane, and so degrading. You understand?
Workers said thousands of families were living in falling down shacks without plumbing.
I'm a third generation born of the company. My grandparents worked on this farm. They left the same condition. My parents came and worked on the farm and left the same condition. And I'm here working with the same condition. My kids are going to come over. Are they going to come and work in the same condition? No, I said no to this.
Following union and government negotiations with Firestone, the daily quota was reduced, wages went up, and Firestone agreed to replace all the old free housing with larger, better homes, also free. In 2006, another breakthrough helped press those changes through.
I hope you were told that when this government came in, we renegotiated the Firestone Agreement and had them provide us a 5-year development plan for improving the conditions of the workers. So if they showed you new housing and new schools and new hospital, they just happened in the last 4 years.
The stricter demands on Firestone reflect a new determination from government to gain more value back from outside investments in its natural resources.
I believe in the tripartite system here of employers, representation of our workforce, and government, that we all work together to make this a better place. If we don't, this won't be a better place and this country will not succeed. So we believe in what we're doing. We are making it better. Can we do it overnight? No, we can't. I wish we could.
Every other company in this country look to Firestone to set up their own aspect of reform. And so what is happening here today is going to have a ripple effect across our country. It affects every other company that comes to Liberia. And because we are moving in this direction now, you can see that there are a lot of changes, positive changes that are happening in the lives of our people. I mean, that's all we have been opting for. And we are leading in the right direction so that we can make this farm a better place. That's it. That's what we want.
This is Ed Robbins for Time Video and the International Reporting Project.